it's oftentimes an amazing experience because what we're doing right now, operating from the Thinkmint Nigeria base, is the fact that this is an online version. Just like I said earlier on, the coronavirus has made things so much more different. And we are still excited because a lot of us are very much alive and we're healthy. We've been keeping up. I mean, what do I mean to say? I meant to say that we've been upholding a lot of these corona protocols, which is very important. As a matter of fact, you and I know the economy has been negatively impacted this past 5 months when the economy went into a lockdown. And I'm so much excited that we have the managing director, Federal Housing Authority, who is going to be our keynote presenter. And I'm looking forward to his presentation because I want to strongly believe that some of the questions that needs to be addressed, especially when it has to do with the housing deficit in the country and how much the economy itself is not moving in the way it should as a result of the corona pandemic. And this is not just only in Nigeria. It is definitely what is global in nature. So I'm very much excited that we have the managing director, Federal Housing Authority, in the person of Senator Gbenga Barrio Ashafa, who is here with us. It's good to see you, sir. All the time I've been meeting with you is on the pages of the newspapers, but right now I'm speaking to you live. And we look forward to your keynote presentation, sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be with all of you. And permit me first and foremost to greet our governor, Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and the special advisor to the governor on housing, Mrs. Toke Benzinawo-Yinka. Just about a week ago, I was in Lagos, to visit Festac and some other areas, and the reception was really marvelous. I'm happy to be with you all. Mr. Tayo Odunsi, CEO, North Court Real Estate, I want to appreciate you as well for all the things you've been doing. And all other participants in this very, very important event. I would like to start by commending the organizers of this program, Thinkmint Nigeria and Business Day newspapers, for putting together a timely and well thought out symposium like this. Their ability to aggregate the high quality of panelists lends credence to their wide network and professional expertise. I have been saddled with the responsibility, as you know, of setting the tone for this two-day program by delivering the keynote address on the theme, the real estate market, an overview of the current global changes. As stakeholders in real estate industry, the theme of this program not only requires us to outline the changes that are taking place in our industry, it also requires us to rethink consumers in line with global realities. And I think the MC mentioned this in his opening remarks. Like every other industry, the real estate sector is grappling with the painful uncertainty in the global economy. Added to this uncertainty are other factors such as rapid technological advancements, a growing appetite for home ownership by a retiring generation of baby boomers, if you will agree with me, a sharp deviation in lifestyle and design by a maturing generation of millennials, the impact of an unseen pandemic amongst other realities and trends. I think all of us participating in this event will agree with me on all these factors that I've mentioned. Having said that, my key considerations will focus on the following. Now that we have to come to terms with changing realities and new trends in the real estate industry, we must answer the important question: How do we manage the change in consumer preference as well as other emerging trends going forward? Well, in attempting to answer this question, I will break this address into 3 sections. 1 is building, 2, financing, and the third one is documentation, while factoring in the disruptions caused by the use of technology. Now, building for a different generation. These are the highlights under this particular factor, this phenomenon. That is, we are building for this new generation. We must first look at what is co-working spaces achieving as at now globally. The incursion of technology into our personal and work lives and need for overhead cost reduction have given birth to new business realities. No doubt about it. Suddenly, businesses realize that not many people as before need to have their private offices. And again, you will see that this will affect those of us who are in the real estate business. Not everyone wants a corner office anymore. Not everyone wants their private printer, copier, and so on and so forth. Co-working, co-living, co-shared spaces, they have transformed the way we live and work. And these are realities that we must contend with. Real estate practitioners have had to adjust to this reality. No one should have property for commercial use without adequate market intelligence as to the needs of consumers. And this is where the strategies, the strategizing on what and what to do, this is where it comes in. You must first look at who are going to buy what you are offering, the consumers. In this case, it is offices, apartments, other buildings for service-oriented buildings. Now, we are unlike before. What obtained in the past where businesses took pride in owning their multi-story buildings. Small and medium enterprises nowadays are switching focus to cost-cutting measures like subscribing to co-working spaces, as I've mentioned, a smart move that keeps their staff nimble and work schedule very, very flexible. These are going on in Lagos now. At least I can tell you about the Lagos aspect of it, that most buildings are being turned into offices, and these offices are not big, elaborate offices like they used to be. They are cubicles that are measured out, one central conference table, one central workstation where you can do all your computing, and everybody is going around with his own laptop. 1-2 hours, you are done. And while you are in your car, if you have a driver, you are doing businesses, and you don't even have to go to the banks. You can transfer whatever monies you want to pay or you want to earn. It's only to go internet, and all things are done. You can even work 24/7 in your own small apartment. I have had the opportunity of somebody who has a small boutique in the living room, one room as the reception. The other 2 rooms serve as where the 2 babies she has live, the kitchen and the, innovations are coming in. Innovations are coming in. And this is what we are talking about, the building for a different generation. Now, under this building for a different generation, let us look at changing structural preferences. Years ago, the older generation had the luxury of owning their own accommodation with all the space in the world. Today, the story has changed. Developers have manifested a response to the need of the younger generation, whereby they now focus more on building 1, 2, at most 3-bedroom apartments. There is a shift from building of duplexes to 1, 2 bedrooms. And that is my own findings, especially in the urban areas. Also, due to constraints of space, urban areas globally have shifted focus to building eco-friendly, horizontally oriented structures containing more apartments that can either be leased or bought off, with flexible payment plan as an added bonus. That has entered our market too. Unlike before, when it was common that you ask for 2, 3 years in advance, some people even ask for 5 years. And on the other hand, you'll be thinking, okay, 5 years, as long as there is not going to be an increase, it makes sense for me to pay 5 years down the line and just enjoy those 5 years. Things are changing now with the trend of urbanization and overpopulation. There is now a preference for the type of accommodation befitting smaller family units and sole occupier types. On our own part, we are working with so many of the primary mortgage institutions to introduce what we call rent to be the owner at the end of the day. When you rent, imagine you renting a house or an apartment built by an agency of government. In days of yours, what materialized then was to buy upfront, or you find a bank that will put the money down and they will be deducting. We still do that now. But now it has even now gone further by telling you you can rent and own at the end of the day. So these are part of the things that we are, putting on course now. And I believe it should not be left to government alone to push this. The private sector as well must think out of the box and look at a situation where you have a tenant that you can work out a program with, that 10, 15, 20 years down the line, this house becomes yours, and you allow for an increase on a yearly basis. All this, of course, will have to be assented to by both parties, both the tenant as well as the owner of the building. Now, let's go to mass housing and cost of building. Considering the global economic challenges, developers must be open-minded enough to considering a cheaper yet safe building options. While the federal government, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, is committed to drastically reducing the housing deficit in the country, it is also conscious of ensuring that housing units that are provided are delivered at the most cost-friendly prices, so that these houses are affordable by a large demographic of Nigerians. I know everybody will be happy that I'm touching on this mass housing aspect of the topic. Nobody is saying it's going to be very easy to block that gap. Not in the next 5 years, not even in the next 7 or 10 years, but down the line, if we are able to achieve that 200,000 units in, let's say, by 2023, we've started, and that is the most important. So, mass housing, affordable housing, even up to the point of low income housing, we must all come together and face the reality that as much as we would like to even have no housing, resources have to be put in place, and that's the truth. Affordable housing, yes. How do we measure who is poor that can afford a 4.5 million 2-bedroom flat or building? How do we measure it? That is relative. Affordability might be, let us key in some of the primary mortgage institutions in a manner that repayment of whatever loan is used might be thinned out, even among the low income, to achieve what the president is laying out. And we are working on a formula on that at the Federal Housing Authority. Now, let me go to what other areas that we might be looking at. We are trying to open our platforms to the deployment of prefabrication, the hydra form system of building, or even containerized housing models. But most importantly, we are committed to bringing the unit cost of future models down. It is tedious. It's a very, very tedious job. Because when you look at the cost of building materials, even if it's a bungalow, a 1-bedroom bungalow, that no matter how poor, we must ensure that we put the minimum standard in there. You don't want to build a house that over the years, termites would have eaten the roof or the rest of it. So we are really looking at this. Financing options for a different generation. I'm going to touch, if I have time, I will touch on popularizing mortgage options in Nigeria. You can see the trend, the way it's going. Government is helping. Federal Mortgage Bank is doing its best. Even at our own level at FHA, Federal Housing Authority has its own PMI, which is Federal Housing Authority Mortgage Bank, of which I'm chairman. We intend to eventually, in years ahead, increase the capital base of our own mortgage industry so that we can be able to do more. But for now, we are trying our best to assist those who come in to us. We look at your papers, we check your profile, and about a week ago, I was in one of the estates here in Abuja to hand over the keys of the properties that we've been able to finance through the assistance of our big brother, the Federal Mortgage Bank, but through FHA Mortgage Bank. We are working together on a daily basis, and we are seeing how we can expand our horizon as much as possible to be able to help as many Nigerians as possible. So we are looking at the earlier younger Nigerians keying into the scheme of exploring the mortgage option in buying properties. It is also important to de-emphasize one-off payments and refocus on making home ownership more achievable. That is, move away from when you want to buy a house, you must pay upfront. You must look for that money. Oh, we have discussed that. I've mentioned that earlier on. We must try all our possible best to ensure that we move away from this. Now, under financing options for different generations, we have short legs. In some cases, job flexibility has led to the emergence of a group of people who are the modern day nomads. And when I say nomads, they change cities and locations in constant pursuit of more fulfilling job roles. Real estate developers have cashed in on this by responding accordingly. Since these white-collar nomads have no need to commit to long-term leases or the inconveniences that come with maintaining a home, short-let apartments are now dotting the real estate market. Before COVID, you will find this in the urban areas, especially with those that need the services or the partnership of foreign partners. When they come in, it's usually on a short-let basis. But with COVID, the negative side of that too has come in because many of them have traveled out, shortly before the serious effect of the pandemic. And we are hoping that as you conquer the pandemic, more people will come in and that aspect of the housing sector will thrive again. I've discussed about rent share. It has been said that necessity is the mother of invention. When you have a cocktail of overpopulation, a changing economy, high rural-urban migration, what you get is sometimes rent share. In this niche, organizations like Monster.Africa are setting the pace by actively onboarding young working professionals who simply desire a comfortable space that they can live in and pay for the ease, and pay with ease rather. Now, homeowners are willing to sublet their empty rooms to those seeking flexible, uniquely designed, fit for purpose, plug and play spaces where they can pay monthly, quarterly, or however they want, because they'll be seeing you. Somebody is in there like what they call super in the United States, like a superintendent that is watching over the building. And you either pay on a weekly basis, bi-weekly or monthly basis, depending on which one you want. And this is just like, I have 4 bedrooms, I'm only using 2, so I can let the 2 other rooms out. You find this mostly in houses built beside hostels. For those of us who have children that have gone to school, I don't want to mention the name of the universities that are noted for this. Find your students inside a 5-bedroom house, but everybody is using his or her own room, and then at the end of the day, they collect money to pay the landlord. This is something that is coming, that is with us, and is still trending. Monthly rentals. This used to be in the days of yours. Because of time, let me kind of cut all this before I go to the conclusion. We cannot read the impact of COVID-19 away, even after we would have conquered it. The effect, or let me say the effects of the COVID-19, the lessons learned would always follow us. The reality is that it has dealt a huge blow on the earning power of most people. And on the receiving end is the housing sector, particularly those of you who are into real estate. It will take ingenuity to quickly get out of the negative effect. There are people who have been placed on leave without pay. There are those who have been sacked, while others have had salary cuts. What do we say to these people? Should they be asked to leave, or do we design a system that emphatically lets them pay their rent on a monthly basis or pay as you go rate? Again, I exercise caution by saying that in lieu of this special arrangement, landlords and property management companies may just have to cope with relief requests and delayed payments. I know some of my friends that have properties that are using this system as well. That, okay, for the past 3 months, 4 months, you've not been able to get your full salary. Whatever you are paying, can you come up with half of it? This is surely on a compassionate basis, because already you would have signed before you take possession of the property for rent. And the effect of COVID is something that we have to live with for a long time. Now, let me go, before I finally round up, let me go to the 8th item under that, which is the title documentation for a different generation. One of the challenges that we have observed since taking responsibility of the Federal Housing Authority has been the dependency on the analog documentation of titles. While I served as the Executive Secretary of Land in Lagos State, we began a migration to an EDMS, that is Electronic Documentation Management System, I think as far back as 2005 or so. And it worked for us. I could remember then that state governors were sending their men in lands to Lagos to come and look at what we've been able to do. We intend to bring this in at the Federal Housing Authority sooner than later, so that it will assist us in keeping our data properly skilled and stored. I don't think any government who has a robust land management group or vision to do without EDMA. Apart from the storage side of it, it made the process of title documentation and administration very simple. It makes you more accessible. And both for those who are coming in to check and for you that is working in, it's a faster system of delivering service. We are convinced that going forward, this is the minimum that must be deployed in title administration and the Federal Housing Authority as well. It will ultimately ensure transparency and accountability in the process of title documentation and help us on online real-time service delivery. These are some of the changes that stakeholders have to think and work around going forward. I could remember that at that time too, about 2006, when Governor Babagundé Raji-Fashola was there, and we introduced the e-certificate of occupancy, which means you can be any part of the world. You don't have to wait to get back home and sign the certificate of occupancy, and at the same time reduce the time of processing. We are moving all this experience of the past to FHA, and we are hoping that it will assist us in meeting the needs of all. On mindful of the effect of the COVID, hence, on our own part at FHA, we've decided that we won't have any increase on fees. Rather, we will intensify our efforts in ensuring that fees, outstanding fees, and levies that are to be collected should come in now. We will not increase. We will leave that till years when the businesses are thriving, just as to ensure that the people know that we are sensitive to the plight of Nigerians. You know, like the Honorable Minister would say, you have to let your people know that you are with them at all times. In conclusion, in its 2020 real estate market expectations and market realities report, Deloitte says that stakeholders have to forge ahead in this year, and that forging ahead can either mean moving slowly and steadily or moving with a sudden burst of speed. In view of the aforementioned realities, I shall have to agree with the slow and steady type of forging ahead. For us at FHA, again, I want to stay in the middle. I don't want to be too fast. I don't want to be too slow, because a lot of people are waiting for positive changes to happen there. We have started already, and you'll be seeing all these changes. But whether to go slowly, steadily, or to move with the bank, I choose to stay in the middle in order to be extra careful. We are not praying for another COVID to come, definitely. And I'm sure with your support, we will meet our various targets. The summary of my message to all stakeholders in the real estate sector is to forge ahead, whichever way, in spite of the global changes we are witnessing. The advantage of the slow and steady type of forging ahead is that it affords us ample time to plan, design, and think critically before execution. Surely, in uncertain times as this, we have to execute our plans only after they have been well thought out, either thought out or thought through. I will not fail to touch on the government's role as an enabler of progress. For stakeholders in an industry to thrive, government must be seen to actively create the environment for such, largely through policy making. And in my newly assumed role as the Managing Director of Nigeria's Federal Housing Authority, I would like to restate our optimism and readiness to partner with forward-thinking developers and share our focus in the provision of essentially affordable housing and job creation for millions of Nigerians. This is the vision of President Muhammadu Buhari and the commitment of the Honorable Minister for Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Rajipachola, SAN. In conclusion, I therefore request our colleagues in the private sector to continue to see yourselves as active partners in progress and endeavor to play such roles as best as possible. We need each other if any intervention of policy is to have significant impact in the real estate sector. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for listening. I wish you successful deliberations throughout the period of this event. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you so much, Senator Gbenga Barrio Ashafa, the Managing Director of Federal Housing Authority. In fact, we are not going to allow you to leave immediately because you still have one more assignment that you will definitely honor us with. And this certainly is not in giving out a house this time around. Whether you want to sit in the video or you want to sit airstrip, it reminds me of the tale that he does it. This is quite a very challenging period for every single one of us. But one of the things you mentioned, which I would like to quickly reiterate, is the fact that market intelligence is very key, especially when it has to do with building by design. And it's important that the industry begins to take cognizance of some of these trends, which includes climate change, sustainable development, and of course, population, which your keynote actually encapsulated. And in the question of affordability, that is a word that anybody would like to hear. Because if we want to be able to meet that target of 200,000 units within now and 2023, to a large extent, I believe is achievable. However, with so much being on ground in terms of government playing its role, the private partners of people playing their role, and the importance of finance and technology, I strongly believe is going to help us attain this particular ambition. Because people should stop sleeping under the bridge, as common as that might sound, but it's still very much attainable. And Lagos State, as a matter of fact, has always been in the forefront of all of this. Lagos State is leading in every single thing that we know in terms of innovation. And we are so excited at this particular point in time that we are going to be asking you to do a wonderful job for us, Sam. We are going to be handing over a Lifetime Achievement Award for Leadership. And this award is presented in recognition of the recipient's consistent delivery of excellent service. It further celebrates diligence, and recognizes the recipient's contributions over the years to the growth and innovation in the Nigerian real estate market and the nation at large, sir. And it gives me great delight, sir, to hand that over to you to please announce who the recipient is for the Reader 2020 Lifetime Achievement Award for Leadership is, sir. Over to you, Senator.
Who is that? Who am I?
Yes, you are to announce that, sir. I'm very sure you must have been. Oh. So we don't want to take out the surprise. So, you see, what you said, as a matter of fact.
I should announce it.
Yeah, you should announce the winner, because if I announce the winner, then I think something else has gone on there.
Okay. Now, the winner of this year's award of excellence, Business Day Award of Excellence is, oh wow, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State. Mr. Governor, thank you very much, BD and the organizers of this event. I appreciate you all. Yes. And I hope one of these days you will come over to have a chat with us in Asokoro, where my office is, so that we can look at ways of assisting each other and then tap some of this energy that you have for me to be able to run as fast as you want.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, what's up? This is the award. Yes. So that, let them know that it's not, it's not fake.
I'm looking at, Mr. Governor, I'm looking at the award. It's a lifetime award for all the things you are doing in the housing sector and plus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. The award is going to be received on behalf of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, by Mrs. Toke Benson Awoyinka. She's the special advisor to the Executive Governor of Lagos State on housing. So she's actually watching this. So she knows that this is real. It is not the senator's name that is here. It's neither my name, sir.
It's the governor's name.
Yes,
and congratulations, my sister Toke Benson Awoyinka. I'm very, very proud of you. Keep on trudging on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And we're going to take you up on your commitment to say we should come over to Asokoro to meet with you. The Thinkmint Nigeria team is in partnership with Business Day. And then we want to say a big thank you, because it's your leadership and the spirit you've actually displayed that has helped us to be able to be where we are. So we can work together to ensure that a lot of these insights, these kinds of collaborations can be further explored, so that Thinkmint Nigeria, as a matter of fact, we even do better than what they are doing right now. It's been a great pleasure, sir, having you. My name is Stephen Lawson, and please you can for some time. If not, we want to say a big thank you for the keynote address.
Today is my general management.
But sir, you just hold on, because I still have a surprise package for you. Just you hold on.
Okay. All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to also announce that we have the Lifetime Achievement Award for Excellence. And this award is based on the recipient's exemplary performance during the course of the service. It also recognizes and celebrates a true leader who has contributed to shaping Nigeria's real estate industry. And to help me present this special award, which is the Lifetime Achievement Award for Excellence, is no other person than my Oga at the top. And that is Engineer Femi Akintude, who is the GMD CEO of Alpha Mid Group. Over to you, Engineer Akintude.
Thank you very much, Stephen. It's always a pleasure having you around. I must say that this is a great honor and an assignment I would never take for granted. Senator Bariu Ashafa is somebody that is well known in the real estate industry. He has impacted the real estate industry in so many ways, and he continues to do so. As a developer, and also as an investor, we see his footprint everywhere we go. He has impacted many people, many effort. So I will quickly, if you give me 2 minutes, I know you are already to go somewhere, but you are not somebody that we should give an award by just mentioning your name. I will quickly say a few things about you that most Nigerians might not have paid attention to, and why you truly deserve this award today. So permit me to say that Senator Bariu Ashafa is a man of many parts. And I must say that he's a coat of many colors. He is well read. He studied for his business, for his bachelor's degree and master's degree in the United States of America. Very vast in science, technology, and the real estate industry. He was born into business, actually. His parents, both the mother and the father, were merchants. And he has lived on with all the virtues they've endowed in him. Senator Ashafa is a very dutiful and diligent public servant and administrator. He served as a director of planning, local government in Lagos State, executive secretary, Lagos Land Use Allocation Board, and also as a permanent secretary, Lagos State Land Bureau. That's where most of us got to know him first. And he went on to serve the nation at the national level. And I must say that from what we've learned of him, he's a true nationalist. He's a man who believes in Nigeria as a project. He's a lover of people. He's a lover of the youth. We acknowledge and associate you with great things you are doing for the youths. Gbenga Ashafa Trust Endowment, which has been set up over 8 years ago, training the youths in entrepreneurship skills and development, is well acknowledged and well recognized. He's a two-time senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He has served in various committees: environment and ecology, federal character, land transport, land housing and urban development. We really, really appreciate everything you've done in all these areas to create the right enabling environment for us as business people to thrive in what we do and what we know how to do best, which is real estate development and investment. Senator Ashafa has done well in politics, has done well in business, and he has done well in the service to the nation. He is a loving father and a very committed husband to his wife of 41 years, wow. Mrs. Folashade Omobola Ashafa. Truly acknowledge what you are doing.
Wow. When
we say an all-rounder success man, you are truly one of those. The youth of this nation look up to you. The business people look up to you. The politicians look up to you. A very engaging and very highly networked politician. Recently, you were announced as the Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Federal Housing Authority of Nigeria, a position we know that you will continue to do everything that you've been doing before to take Nigeria forward, especially in the real estate space. Developers, investors, both foreign and local, are looking up to you for this achievement. It gives me great honor, ladies and gentlemen, on this platform today to introduce to you the man who deserves this honor, who deserves this opportunity, and who deserves everything that is being given to him today, Senator Gbenga Ashafa, as the Lifetime Achievement for Excellence Award winner by REDA. Thank you very much, and it's my great pleasure to do this assignment.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much. I am humbled. I am very, very humbled. And this is a big surprise. And I promise I will never disappoint this nation. I will never disappoint you guys. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you.
Senator, before you take off, I wanted to put you on the spot so that you think that nothing was happening. But here you are. This is live and direct, sir. This award.
Don't worry. You are coming to Asokoro. You are coming to meet me in my office.
Congratulations, sir. This is a lifetime.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Femi Akintunde. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Sir, these awards don't come. These awards don't come under the carpet. They are based on merits.
As a matter of fact, this is the very first award I'm getting as FHA MD, and I will forever cherish it. Yes, thank you very much. It's the first award, the first recognition. Thank you very much.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
We are very honored at Thinkmint and Business Day to actually be the numero uno, especially in your own task. And then we're going to be more than honored to be working with you for the foreseeable future to see exactly how we can deliver our promises to this country and to Nigerians themselves. Congratulations, Senator, for this wonderful award. And this is the Lifetime Achievement Award for Excellent Service, sir. Congratulations one more time. I'm not taking this home, sir. This is your property. We'll get to that.